Conquering errors. Mastering relative pronouns in English. Hello learners. Welcome to another interesting lesson in our English language learning journey. Today, we're going to tackle an important topic in intermediate grammar, the omission of relative pronouns. But we're not just going to learn about it. We're going to practice and correct errors related to this topic. So, let's dive in and start correcting some errors. Before we dive into the error correction exercises, let's quickly recap what relative pronouns are. Relative pronouns are words like who, whom, which, that, and whose. They are used to connect two sentences or clauses, making our language smoother and more interesting. The interesting part about relative pronouns is that we can often omit them, especially in informal writing or conversation. This usually happens when the relative pronoun is the object of the verb. For example, we can say, "The book that I bought yesterday is interesting," or we can simply say, "The book I bought yesterday is interesting." Both sentences are correct, but in the second sentence, we have omitted the relative pronoun, that. Now let's move on to the error correction part. I'll provide sentences where the omission or inclusion of relative pronouns has been done incorrectly. Your task is to spot the errors and correct them. 1. I met a man yesterday. He works for a large IT company. 2. This is the restaurant whom I told you about. 3. That's the girl that she won the competition. Take a moment to review these sentences and see if you can spot the errors. Now, let's correct these sentences together. 1. I met a man yesterday, who works for a large IT company. Here, we missed the relative pronoun, who, that should be used to connect the two sentences. 2. This is the restaurant that I told you about. In this case, we should replace whom with that, because restaurant is not a person. 3. That's the girl who won the competition. We can omit the unnecessary pronoun she and simply use who. Remember, practice makes perfect. Keep practicing these types of sentences to better understand the usage of relative pronouns and their omission. That's all for today, learners. I hope you found this lesson on omission of relative pronouns helpful and insightful. Remember, mastering grammar is a step-by-step process, and every step you take brings you closer to fluency. Keep practicing, and in no time, you'll be a pro at handling relative pronouns. Until next time, happy learning!